You stay up until 1 in the morning with your notes open, highlighting everything, rereading the same page 3 times. You call it studying, and you know that tomorrow you'll feel exhausted, retain half of what you read, and wonder why the work isn't paying off. Here's what you're not understanding. It is not the amount of time you're putting in that's holding you back. It is how you're spending that time. The students who are genuinely excelling are not grinding harder than you. They're not more naturally gifted. They are simply operating on a completely different rhythm, one that works with how the brain actually functions instead of against it. What you're about to learn is the daily structure those students follow, not a productivity hack, but a real working routine built around the science of focus, energy, and how human memory is actually formed. But first, you need to understand what's actually going wrong. Chapter 1. The real reason you're always behind. Most students are not lazy, they're doing a lot, but there's a difference between being busy and being effective, and most students have confused the two for so long they can't tell them apart anymore. You open your laptop, you have 15 tabs running, a playlist going, your phone face up on the desk. You spend 45 minutes on one concept that should have taken 15, because every few minutes something pulls your attention away. By the end of the session, you feel drained, but you can barely remember what you just covered. Here's what's happening in your brain. Every time your attention is interrupted, even briefly, your brain requires time to find its way back to where it was. Cognitive scientists call this attention residue. The distraction doesn't just cost you the moment it takes, it costs you several minutes of refocused time afterward. Multiply that by every notification, every tab switch, every time you pick up your phone, and you start to understand why a 4-hour study session can be less productive than 90 focused minutes. Basically, you are not behind because you need more time. You are behind because your time is leaking, and a better routine is the only way to stop the leak. Chapter 2. The morning sets everything, whether you believe it or not. You can feel it the moment you wake up on a bad morning, the grogginess, the low-level panic that you're already behind, and before you've even processed it, your hand is already reaching for your phone. Within 60 seconds, you're consuming other people's content. The day hasn't even started, and your brain is already reactive instead of intentional. That choice sets the tone for everything that follows. When your wake time shifts all over the place, 6 on Monday, 9 on Saturday, 11 on Sunday, your body can't calibrate. Scientists call it social jet lag. The result is a brain that never quite feels switched on no matter how many hours you slept. Fix that first. Pick a consistent wake time between 5:30 and 7 to wake up. Not because early risers are superior human beings, but because consistency is what your body needs to function at its best. Once you're up and before your brain has time to talk you out of it, move. 5 to 10 minutes of light stretching or movement. It works like a biological ignition switch. Movement signals to your body that the day has begun and increases blood flow to the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, planning, and focus. And drink water. Your brain has been without fluids for 6 to 8 hours. Mild dehydration alone is enough to impair cognitive function, increase fatigue, and reduce your ability to concentrate. 1 glass of water in the first 5 minutes of waking up is not a wellness trend. It's just basic physiology. Now here's where it gets powerful. Once your body is awake and your brain is hydrated, you have a window. And most students waste it completely. Chapter 3. Attack the hard thing first. Your mental sharpness peaks in the first few hours after waking and gradually declines from there. If you spend those hours on easy tasks, like scrolling, light reading, or admin work, you are doing this completely backwards. The hardest subject is what you pick up first. The chapter you've been avoiding, the concept you don't fully understand. That work belongs in the morning, when your brain is sharpest and your resistance is lowest. When you do the hard thing first, you stop carrying the weight of it through the rest of the day. Work in focus blocks of around 45 to 50 minutes, followed by a 10-minute break. Your brain was not built for continuous hours of deep work, so this cycle keeps attention sharp without burning it out. During those 50 minutes, no phone, no unnecessary tabs, no distractions. And the 10-minute breaks? Use them to step away completely. Walk. Don't scroll. Your brain needs to decompress, not consume more stimulation. Chapter 4. The afternoon. Most students throw away. By the afternoon, your energy dips. This is not weakness, it's just biology. Your blood sugar shifts, alertness drops, and most students try to power through it anyway, rereading the same paragraph 4 times and wondering why nothing is sticking. What you need to do is work with your body instead. Eat a light lunch, something that sustains you without spiking your blood sugar. Then, if you can, take a 15 to 20-minute nap. NASA research found that a short nap restores alertness and improves performance more effectively than caffeine. If a nap isn't possible, a short walk outside is enough to reset your focus for another 2 to 3 hours. For your afternoon study blocks, switch from theory to practice. Things like past papers, problem sets, worked examples. Stop trying to absorb new material when your brain is running low. Instead, test what you already know. That act of pulling information back out of your memory is called retrieval practice, and it does more for retention than rereading your notes 3 times ever will. And in class, stop noting down everything the teacher says and start listening for what actually matters. When something clicks, write it in your own words, not theirs. That small shift from recording to understanding is the difference between notes you'll never look at again and knowledge that actually stays with you. Then, at the end of every class, close your notebook and write down the 3 most important things you just learned from memory. No peeking. That 5-minute habit will do more for your results than an extra hour of cramming ever could. Chapter 5. Protect the night and let sleep do the work. Once your study day is done, resist the urge to keep going. The students who treat the evening as a second grind session are not the ones winning. They're the ones burning out by week 3 of term. The evening has one job: to help your brain recover so it can perform again tomorrow. Start by moving. 20 to 30 minutes of anything. A walk, a run, whatever you'll actually do. This is not about fitness. It's about flushing out the tension that builds up after a full day of mental work. After that, do something you actually enjoy that has nothing to do with school. Music, art, a show you like, anything. Give your brain permission to switch off completely. That is not laziness. That is maintenance. Before you close the day, spend 10 minutes on 2 things. First, flip through the notes you took today. Not to study, just to remind your brain what it covered. Just a quick light reading. Second, write down your 3 most important tasks for tomorrow. Not a full to-do list, just 3. When tomorrow is already planned, your mind stops overthinking it at midnight, and you actually sleep. Speaking of sleep, 30 minutes before bed, put the phone down. The blue light from your phone delays the release of melatonin, which means you fall asleep later, sleep lighter, and wake up foggier. You already know this. The question is whether you're actually doing it. Here's the thing most students never fully accept. Sleep is not rest. It's work. While you're unconscious, your brain is replaying everything you studied, locking it into long-term memory and clearing the cognitive waste that built up during the day. Every hour of sleep you cut short is an hour of that process you're skipping. 7 to 8 hours of sleep isn't a luxury. It's the foundation everything else is built on. Chapter 6. Consistency is the only strategy that works. Here's the part nobody wants to hear. You could watch this video, feel genuinely motivated, and still be in the exact same position 3 weeks from now. Not because the routine doesn't work, but because you'll follow it for 2 days, miss one morning, decide the whole thing is ruined, and go back to what you were doing before. That pattern, the cycle of starting strong and quitting at the first mistake, is the real reason most students never see results. It's not a lack of intelligence or a lack of time. It's a lack of follow-through past the point where it stops feeling new. So here's the only rule that matters. If you miss a day, you don't quit. You don't start over on Monday. You don't wait until next month. You pick it back up the next morning. That's it. The students who master this skill of restarting, showing up again after slipping up, are the ones who actually change. Wake at the same time. Move first. Do the hard work before your brain talks you out of it. Use the afternoon for practice. Let the evening be for recovery. And sleep like your grades depend on it, because they really do. This routine will not feel natural on day 1. It might not even feel natural on day 10. But somewhere in the middle of week 2, something shifts. And the version of you that used to be distracted and make excuses, you won't even recognize that person anymore. So, start tonight. Plan for tomorrow. Wake up and follow through.